There's this guy, and he's out wandering the earth on a treasure hunt. But instead of finding gold, jewelry, or diamonds, all he finds are these small toys. And it's silly because he's so happy when he finds them. My name is Luis, and I'm a Xiaomi creator. I think this film explores that question, what do I treasure in life? And it's different for everyone, and sometimes we even miss out on the treasures that are right in front of us. I knew that for this film to feel like the epic adventure that I saw in my mind, I just had to find the right locations. Locations that felt like they were straight out of our imaginations. Only having a week to shoot this project, I knew that I had to keep my setup extremely light, and I think that's where mobile phones shine. Most of my time would have to be dedicated to traveling and hiking to reach these locations, and we were literally chasing sunsets and sunrises. Most of the time, I only had one chance to get the shot because you're on to the next location the very next morning. My setup had to be extremely light and always ready to shoot at an instant. Now, shooting on phones has always felt natural to me, but I think with this project in particular, I've really come to appreciate this format even more. Most of the locations we went to, it was literally my first time there, and we had no chance to location scout. So as we were exploring, we were shooting. And because the phone is so light and easy to use, it became an extension of my arm. It allowed me to settle into the moment immediately, and it allowed me to direct while I was shooting. At the same time, I was able to appreciate the majestic landscapes we were hiking through. Using the phone allowed me to get lost in the magic. All of a sudden, I'm on a journey with the treasure hunter. I'm thinking, what's on the other side of that hill? What if we hike a bit further? What else can we find? How else could we shoot this? And in a way, I was on my own treasure hunt. You know, keeping that excitement throughout my entire process is important to me as a filmmaker. And holding on to that enthusiasm will definitely carry over into the energy of your film. One of the challenging things about filmmaking that I really try to pay attention to is how I tell my story. How you choose to tell your story can really add an extra layer. In the first version of my story, it was a father telling his daughter a bedtime story. But I thought that a change in perspective would really bring this story to life. Like, what's more fun than imagining a treasure hunt through the eyes of a child? My daughter Mason, she's 6, and she does this thing where she takes my phone and she props it up on a chair and she just records herself playing in her room and pretends she has an audience. She sings, plays with the toys, and makes up these funny stories. And when I find these videos on my phone, they make me laugh so hard, like they're hilarious. So I thought that would be a really cool way to tell this story. Have Mason tell it. For all the scenes that I shot with my daughter in the bedroom, I just popped the phone on a tripod and hit record while we were acting goofy and playing, and I was really surprised at how well the phone responded in the lower light situations. You know, because we shot the treasure hunter scenes first, I think the funnest part for my daughter was reenacting the shots we shot with John, who plays the treasure hunter. She found it hilarious to pretend that she was the treasure hunter. Mobile filmmaking and the technology that surrounds it has definitely intrigued me for the past few years. So bringing this phone onto a larger set was certainly a great exercise and a great way to showcase how far camera phone technology has really come along. I think the main advantage of shooting with the phone on set is, again, how quickly you can set it up. And, being able to fly around, from tripod to gimbal, in an instant, allowed us to get so much coverage. On the surface, this film is about a little girl that is trying to stay awake past her bedtime, and sometimes that could be frustrating for parents, but, I think it's a moment that we can learn to love. At the end of the story, the father learns that all these silly treasures that the man finds aren't the real treasures. It's the memories that are tied to these items that he holds in his heart. And the father realizes in that moment that he's sharing a beautiful moment with his daughter. I think when we give our children the space to be creative and we open ourselves up to learning from them, we'll often be pleasantly surprised. I wanted to break the fourth wall in this film because, this is based on real moments I share with my daughter. And at the same time, me getting to make this film with my daughter, these are moments I will treasure forever.
Xiaomi